हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, हेलो एवरीवन, हाउ आर यू? कैसे हैं आप लोग बच्चे? आई होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग गुड. आई नो saying this much is not that much sufficient because I know most of you must be reading under very pressure because of your boards and because of your studies. चलिए आज उन्हीं के बारे में थोड़ी सी बातें कर लेते हैं. Today what I have selected a topic for you, trigonometry. Why I have selected this? Because I know that this trigonometry is really has been the hell of your head. It is really making your nights sleepless. तो इसी के बारे में बात करता हूं आज. But before going to trigonometry, I'll talk something different also. I'll talk something about few other things which should be taken care during these examination times and during all of your study times. Something generic, something special which is going to change your viewpoint about studies and about your life. And that is very important, I guess. So I'll be talking about those things. First of all, if I start with the trigonometry, can you see this SOH, CH, TOA? What is this all? Some abracadabra kind of thing? No, this is not abracadabra kind of thing. What this SOH stands for? This stands for sine opposite sine opposite hypotenuse. Means it is a way to remember the formula for sine. See, sine is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. And do we all know this, that if we are taking into consideration this angle theta, then this opposite side would be our perpendicular. And this is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always a fixed side, opposite to the 90 degree. So, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So, opposite over means in denominator. Similarly for CAH, it is cos adjacent over hypotenuse. So what is this adjacent? See, if we take this theta, then adjacent side would be this, and this is called base, isn't it? So cos is base upon hypotenuse, means you can write it adjacent upon hypotenuse. And this is the way to remember. Similarly for tan, so tan it is written TOA. Tan means tan is opposite over adjacent. Now tan is opposite over adjacent. So this would be tan, and tan theta is perpendicular by base. Now, do you all know this? Do you all remember this? I guess many would have remembered this. आप सबको याद होगा, and many one of you by this time would have made it by heart. Now, कुछ ऐसे भी होंगे, there would be some students जो अभी तक इसे भी नहीं याद कर पाए होंगे, isn't it? I know many of you are watching who have not learned this, or you might be getting some kind of troubles, some kind of confusions in that. Why is it so? Why we are not, despite of practicing this chapter for so many of months, we are not still able to remember this much of small thing which your friends would have been able to do? Now I'll tell you why. First of all, I want to ask all of you a very simple question, and I want you to answer it by your heart, for yourself only. How many of you who are watching this video right now love mathematics? Is it anyone like there? If you are loving mathematics, just say it for yourself. Just give an answer to yourself that yes, you like mathematics or you love mathematics. But what I have seen through, that might be 90% of you would not be liking mathematics, and that is why you are here now. That is why you are studying trigonometry with me now, because it's a kind of means fearful chapter which is giving you sleepless nights. Now, why is it like that? Means why this trigonometry is giving you this sleepless nights, or why you don't like mathematics and you are here to study trigonometry? Why it is all happening? See, I'll tell you one thing. You know what you are doing right now? Right now, you don't like mathematics, means you are kind of in a hate, or it's something which you don't like, but you are still trying to do it in a very good way. It's just like, say for example, I don't like cooking and I'm trying my level best to prepare a very delicious meal. Will it ever be possible? Do you think so? Will it ever be possible? Say for example, if I don't like cricket, I like basketball or I like football, and I'm trying my level best to hit a sixer. Will it ever be possible? If I don't like studying and I'm trying to be the topper of the class, will it be possible? If I don't like mathematics and I'm trying to get topper in trigonometry or any one of the mathematics subject, will it be possible? I guess you have got my point. See guys, if you are not learning, if you are not able to understand, this does not mean that that chapter is tough. It might be because of the prima facie which you have seen about that chapter. It might be because of the approach which you have taken for the chapter. Or it might be because of the person who might be giving you the approach of that chapter. The very well-known teacher. It might be because of that person also. So the overall thing revolves around only one thing, that you need to get, if you want to get this trigonometry clear, first you need to love this chapter. And how will you love this chapter? Means what will make you loving this chapter? Means if I'll say this, that come on now, just start loving this trigonometry. Now just feel that yes, you like trigonometry very much, and it won't happen. It will happen in the next moment. It won't happen like that. I know, because you don't like it. The first very fact thing, that you don't like it, or you don't love it, or you hate it. Now why you do this? Because questions are very much tough. It is not easy to understand. No one has made you understand ever that yes, this chapter can also be good and something like that. I will tell you how to make this chapter lovable and how to make the whole mathematics lovable, so that you can learn it in a very passionate way. See guys, just imagine a situation that most of the guys who are watching this, out of those who like cricket, say for example, if you are watching this video and if you like cricket, has anyone told you how to put a sixer? Has anyone taught you? You only yourself discovered how to put a sixer, and you are very good at it, isn't it? Someone of you would have been good at playing sitar or playing some instrumental musics, or would you be good in playing basketball or in football. So have you ever tried, or have you put a lot of pressure, a lot of your energy to play a game? No, it is very natural, and it is very heart-filling thing for you. It is very happy thing for you to play cricket or whatever you like, isn't it? So why this happiness thing is not coming with trigonometry? I'll talk about all these things in today's class. Just because, see, I know anyone can teach you mathematics. I know you can get the notes or get the teachings or get the knowledge with anyone, or without even anyone you can get these things. But the role of a teacher comes at that point where he can literally tell you the importance of that subject, and above that he can literally make you feel love for that subject. He can literally put you in a deep bonding with that subject. I guess there the role of a good teacher comes into play, and that is required. That is what our whole crowd, our whole student segment today is missing. And that is required, and that's what I would try to do in today's session. Let's see. Moving on to next, I'll try all these things. First of all, see, I have put this slide knowingly with a good objective. I know to tell you something about this. Life is beautiful. Don't live it in stress. Looks a very nice line. I'll tell you what does it mean. See, life is beautiful, and you should not live it in stress. Now, then what to do? A lot of studies, a lot of these many things, expectation, the whole world is expecting hell out of you, and means no one is understanding the situation, what to do, what not to do. No one is telling, just everyone is telling, get the marks, get the marks, how to get this marks? Study. How to study? That I do not know. Everyone is studying, so you should also study, isn't it? So I'll tell you how to study, and apparently not how to study, but how to love studies, or even is it possible to love studies. I'll tell you all these things. Now, so I guess you all would have got it very clearly that what is the problem. Problem is the thing that you don't like something and you are just trying to be good at it. You are trying to be best at it. And I guess that is a really impossible thing, because for being good at something or for being best at something, you need to love that thing first and the foremost thing. Okay, so before revealing this, how to do this, I'll take some examples of trigonometry, some of the questions which I have prepared for today's class. I'll be taking some questions. Thereafter, I'll be revealing this secret that how to do all these things. Come on. And I have a reason why I'm taking questions first. Thereafter, I'll telling you all those things. I have a reason behind it. I'll tell you later on. Now, see guys, these are the formulas. Those students who have a problem in remembering the formulas or who have not been able to remember the formulas, I would request them that you just take a pen and paper and just put down all the formulas at one place. And I am saying that there is no harm and there is no wrong. There is no harm and there is no wrong in putting these formulas in a paper and then using it while you are solving a question. There is no harm. There is no harm in seeing these formulas while you are solving your question. By doing this, you will be able to learn and memorize these formulas more fastly rather than just sitting and trying to memorize these formulas. So just pause this video for a second. Write down all the formulas on a page and put it in sidewise. Whenever you will be solving the question, you will be using all these formulas. Now, moving on to next. Here I have not used the basic formulas which you all must be knowing. This sin theta is equal to P by H and cos theta is equal to B by H and tan theta and so on. And tan theta is equal to P by B. I have not used these basic formulas. Apparently, I have not used these formulas. Just say for example, sine 0 is 0, sine 30 degree, sine 45 degree, sine 60 degree and 90 degree. I have also left these formulas just because these formulas are very basic. If you don't remember it, no issues. Just write it down on a piece of paper, and as much you will be using it, you will be able to memorize it. Sine theta 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2. And root 3 by 2 and 1. So I am just leaving these formulas. Now moving on to next. I have a question here for you which you would have already seen in my previous video, and this question is a good question. Now I would like to tell you how to solve this. Now as I have said that I will solve it in a very easy way and very less methods. Now if you have not seen this question, I would recommend you that you might pause this video and try to solve it and see the time, how much time you take, or even are you able to solve this or not. If you are not able to solve it, then come with me. I'll tell you how to solve this. See, here it is written tan square theta is equal to 1 minus e square. Now we are being asked for this value, sec theta plus tan cube theta into cosec theta. Okay, this is all. Now sec theta, I'll write down here, plus tan cube theta into cosec theta. Now see guys, this implies sec theta, can this be written as 1 upon cos theta, plus tan cube theta, can it be written as sin cube theta divided by cos cube theta, into cosec theta can be written as 1 by sin theta. Now do you know that this sin theta will cancel this cube and it will make it a square? And if we take the LCM of cos theta and cos cube theta, we will get the LCM as cos cube theta, and cos cube theta divided by cos, it will make here cos square theta, plus cos cube theta by cos cube theta 1, and here sin square theta. So this will make it sin square theta. Now you know very well cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1 divided by cos cube theta. Now I can write it like this, sec cube theta. This implies, can it be written like this, sec square theta whole raised to power 3 by 2, because power 2 and power 3 by 2, this will cancel this 2 and 2 and that will make it sec cube theta. Why I have written this? Because we have been given value of tan square theta in form of 1 minus e square. So in order to utilize this tan square theta, I know that there is only one formula, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Now, so If sec square theta is written here, I can write it 1 plus tan square theta whole raised to power 3 by 2, and 1 plus tan square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. Value of tan square theta will come from here. It is 1 minus e square, and this whole raised to power is 3 by 2. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. So this will be 2 minus e square whole raised to power 3 by 2. See, you got the answer in 1, 2, 3 and 4 steps. 4 to 5 steps you have got the answer. And the time duration which I spent a little more time only because to make you understand with the basic things. Otherwise, you can very well understand that this problem could have gone a little bit faster also. Now, so I guess you all would have understood that what I am trying to tell with this problem. See, this problem looks so tough, and it has a tougher method also, because whenever you will see or you will find out such kind of question in your book, you will see a very longer method to solve this. But this can be solved in such smaller steps also, and this is a really good question. Now, moving on to next question. I guess all of you would have understood it. Moving on to next question. I have one more good question for you. If you can just see this question and try to solve it. For trying to solve it, I will just again request you that you can just pause this video, try to put it down on a copy and then try to solve it down. If you are able to solve it, very well and very good, and if you are able to solve it in a little time, in a little lesser time, that's way too good. If you are not able to solve, I'll tell you the method, and even I'll tell you the method to solve it in lesser steps. Okay, now what have we been given with? We have been given with sec theta is equal to root under p square plus q square divided by q. Now, we have been asked for the value of p sine theta, q cos theta, sine theta and cos theta. See, we have been asked this value, okay, that's good. And all the options which are being shown here are independent of theta. So this is one thing which we came to know, that here this theta, sine theta, cos theta means everything should just vanish off. Now, so one thing we are clear here with, that we need to substitute the value of sine theta and cos theta. But for that, we need to know the value of sine theta, cos theta. One way would be this, that see, this is sec theta now. So sec theta can be written as, you all know, hypotenuse by base. I'm writing it here only. I'm writing it here because I won't solve using this method. Hypotenuse by base. So this becomes as hypotenuse and this becomes as base. And thereafter you will be drawing a triangle. Hypotenuse would be root under p square plus q square and base would be q, and then finding the t ratios. And thereafter finding sine theta, then cos theta, and then putting the values. I guess you all would have understood, but you will all would have understood this also, that this process is going to be a very longer process, isn't it? Because this will take time. First, you need to apply the Pythagoras theorem here, get the perpendicular, thereafter getting the value of sine theta, cos theta, sine theta, cos theta, and thereafter getting all the values. It will take time. Now, what I was suggesting, what I will do here, I will do simply put out this sec theta. This sec theta is equal to root under p square plus q square. See, what I can do, I can simply send this q to this side. Can I do this? So if I'll be doing this, I'll be getting it I'll be getting q sec theta equal to root under p square. I have just sent this q to this side. Okay. Now, what I would do here, I would be squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. Now, if I do that, it will make it q square sec square theta is equal to p square plus q square. Now, what I can do here, I can do that this employs q square, and putting this q square to this side, q square sec square theta minus q square is equal to p square. If I take q square common in this, this implies I will be getting q square sec square theta minus 1 is equal to p square. Now, I guess you all would have understood it that sec square theta minus 1 is tan square theta. So this will make it q square tan square theta. So I can write it q tan theta ka whole square because both are square is equal to p square. So I guess you all would have got square square would get cancelled and this is q tan theta equal to p. Now, I got this q tan theta equal to p. Now, how to utilize this? To utilize this, see, you can do one thing. Tan theta, you have got the value of tan theta is equal to p by q. Okay, now we have been given this. What we can do in this equation, I'll tell you. This is p sine theta. P sine theta plus q cos theta. I can simply divide the numerator by cos theta and thereafter I can divide the denominator also by cos theta. P sine theta minus q cos theta whole divided by cos theta. See why I am doing this. First of the thing that I can do this, that I can divide the numerator and denominator both by the same quantity. This is valid because if you perform the mathematical operation to the same sides LHS and RHS or numerator and denominator, that goes well. Okay, so what I did here, I have just changed this equation like this. P sine by cos will make it P tan theta plus q cos by cos will make it q divided by P sine by cos will make it P tan theta and minus q cos by cos will make it q. Now, I guess you all would have understood that what I am trying to say. P tan theta, you can just simply put the value of tan theta here and here also. I'll just put the value. It will be P into tan theta would be P by Q plus Q divided by P into P by Q minus Q. So this Q would go here, LCM, and this Q would go here. Here it will make P into P square plus Q square divided by P into P square and Q into Q minus Q square. Now see, although I used this much step only to make you understand, otherwise I would have directly gone from here to this point and then to this point. I would have saved the steps. See, this is a really good question and this is a kind of MCQ, means competitive type questions. Apparently, not only for competitive, this type of questions can come in your board examinations also, because board examinations also have a tendency to give one or two very good questions. So I am just trying to take all those questions, such questions which can come as a difficult questions, hot questions. So this can be of that type. So here we will have the value of P square plus Q squared minus divided by P square minus Q square. Now, see guys, you would have understood this problem, that how to do this problem, and this problem many of one who were not able to solve it earlier, now they are able to solve it earlier, and also I guess you all would have understood it. Now I'll tell you something more, that what I was trying to tell and what I was trying to say you, that how to love this chapter. Before telling this, I'll tell you a story, a very good story, a real life story. You all would have known the name Sachin Tendulkar. Do you all know it? You all know it very well. Why you all know it? Because he is a kind of god of cricket, isn't it? So I'll tell you one of his story, very good story, or his kind of whole journey. There is also one movie, Billion Dreams, that is based on Sachin Tendulkar. Now, what's the inspiration or what the moral which we will get out of this story? I'll tell you. Sachin Tendulkar, when started playing cricket, at that time India was not liberalized. What it meant? There is a term called LPG. You would have studied it in social science. So LPG stands for liberalization, privatization and globalization. Means whenever a country is open for trade with outer countries, that is called LPG. At that time, India was not an open country. It was a closed economy, and outside countries were not allowed in India to do business. That's why we were not very much good in kind of finances. We were not a rich country, and that's why at that time there was a tragedy, means there was a financial emergency kind of situation, and most of our gold were given to the World Bank for this loan process. Our golds were loaned to World Bank. So in that time our economy was not open. So when Sachin Tendulkar started playing, at that time cricket was not such a, means what you can say, cash cow. It was not a business where you would get a lot of money. It was not like that. Means right now you can see that cricketers are so rich, cricketers are having so many of cars and so many of business. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli, or everyone, they all have so much of money. But at that time it not used to be like this. Now, but Sachin Tendulkar came into cricket. He wanted to play cricket. That was the all thing. Now, what happens, what I want to correlate to you, that today if you will go to some place and you will try asking someone, and even if you ask yourself that why you want to become a cricketer, why you want to play cricket, most of the answers would be that I want such a glamorous life. Or you all get inspired by seeing those cricketers, that see how much glamorous life they are having. No one gets attracted that yes, what a kind of brilliant player he is, and I'll be like that player. Means what I want to say, that most of the people, we always tend to concentrate on the result, that what the result that whole process is giving. Say for example, if we want to become a topper of a class, what we concentrate? We concentrate that see, such and such boy or girl, he or she is getting rank 1, 95% marks in the class, and that's why he or she is getting so much of attention. So what we want, I also want to be a topper. Now I am concentrating only on the result, that I want to be the topper of the class. But how that topper studies, how that topper manages his or her daily life, what kind of study techniques he or she is implementing, have we ever gone into that? And even if we went into that, have we followed that? That is called the process. For being the topper of the class, that topper must be doing a lot of things which we don't do. Also, that topper must be doing a lot of things which are very hard, which we are not doing. Probably that topper might be studying every day late till night, or studying getting early in the morning and studying for the whole morning time, 2 hours, 3 hours. Despite of having the options of playing or going to entertainment, he or she might not be getting that entertainment, and he or she might be getting into the studies all the time. So these are all the tough calls. So are we able to take these tough calls? We are not. We don't take these tough calls, and still we just try to achieve that destiny, the destiny of the path of that destiny which we are not following. And the same thing happens in this cricket story also. Now what I was telling, that this Sachin Tendulkar, he just came into the playing, and thereafter he played. At that time India was not that much rich, and even that cricket was not that much rich. So he just started playing and playing and playing, and thereafter at that time he did not used to get that much of money. Means it was a good game, but not that much wealthy as it looks like today. But he started playing, and from that time he just played on and on and on, and for so many years he just played without any money, means without any lust for money, not getting that much money, and he played consecutively. Thereafter, when India got LPG, means liberalization, privatization and globalization, India got liberalized in 1991. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister at that time, and he just opened our economy, and at that time India got rich. India got all the things from the outside country, and this cricket got glamorized in a real way. And at that time, the only guy which was very much blessed with this was the Sachin Tendulkar. Now see, what the kind of moral story do we get from this story? We get this, that Sachin Tendulkar did not come in the game only with the lust of money, or only by looking at the end result of the this whole process, the cricket, because if he would have seen that after getting into cricket I will get so much of money, then probably he would have left the cricket as soon as he would have come, and he would have known all the things that this cricket is not going to give me that much of money. I would have rather been an engineer or doctor or something like that. Then he would have left cricket probably, but he did not left. He continued with his playing. Why? Because he liked playing. He used to like that game. He used to like cricket for all the time. And that is the most important thing, my kids. Anything which you like to do, you would be able to do it for a very longer time without getting bored, without getting any external motivation. And that is the reason that why you people who is good in cricket, or who is good in basketball, or who is good in playing some instruments, you people just keep on doing it without any external motivation, because you are self-motivated. And that self-motivation is important. So that self-motivation is important for every aspect of life. And this was there with this guy, Sachin Tendulkar. And that's why he went on for so long. Do you remember that he has started his career in 1980s something around, and he left Indian cricket in 2010s around. Means almost 30 years of career, more than 30 years of career. He went in this career for so long because of his passion towards cricket, not because of this end result that he wanted a lot of money. By the time he followed his passion, he got a lot of money, means as a byproduct. His aim, his eyes were not on that end result. He was just loving the process. He was just loving that journey. And that is important, my dear friends. Loving the journey is the most important thing which will keep you going, which will make you just keep on moving and moving and moving. And in the meantime, when you will end this process, when you will end the journey, you will find out yourself at a very good place. That what I wanted to correlate with mathematics also. You know what? Every one of us just keep on trying to do very good in mathematics or in studies or in any subject, let it be. But why we want to do it? Because we want to get the good marks. See, that is the destination, na? Means that is the end result, that you will get good marks. But for getting that good marks, what you will have to do? You will have to follow a path. You will have to follow a process. You will have to go through a journey. And that journey you don't like. Means you simply just hate that journey. So will it ever be possible that you would be able to reach that destination for whose the path you are not liking? Is it possible? कि मतलब उस जगह पहुंचना है जिन रास्तों से तुम्हें प्यार नहीं, उस जगह पे कभी पहुंच पाओगे क्या? I don't think it is possible. So now what is important? Important is loving that journey. And how you can love that journey? See, the very important thing which you can make yourself love that journey is simply enjoying it. Say for example, if you have to love this Manlo's whole mathematics kind of thing. See, I said you this question, no? Now say for example, if you have to solve this question and if you have to come to a conclusion, what you would always try? You would always try to come to a conclusion. Mean that you always try to get an answer. What you can do, a change of mindset, a change of perspective. Change of perspective can be this thing. Wow, this is such a beautiful question, yaar. Means we have not seen this question for so long. We haven't seen this question. So today, when this question comes in front of us, today we will get to know something very new. We'll get to solve a question with a newer method. And let that marks part do away with me. Means let it go off. I don't want to care about marks. Just make your brain feel this. See, no one will do this that I don't care for the marks. Everyone cares for the marks. I also know that, and even I used to care about it. But for some time, you can just fool your mind, na? You can fool your brain na, that yes, I don't want this marks kind of thing, yaar. I just want a real study. I don't want this marks and everything. I don't want this. I just want this how to learn. What is there new to learn? When you will tell this to your brain, na, your brain will respond accordingly. And your brain will tell, yes, okay, you are excited to learn something new? Surely, I will also help you out. I will also learn something new with you. And when this brain will give you this message, na, your brain will retain the same question for a very longer time. And this is a difference where a student, a normal average student and a topper is being differentiated. Because when a topper studies, he or she studies with her interest, with a passion, that yes, today we are knowing something new, this will help us. And a normal average student studies it with her course. Oh, yaar, again this is also in the course. क्या यार इतने सारे questions डाल देते हैं course में. This is also in the course. How you will learn this? Such a long solution. So if you will come with a mindset, your mind will always give you a message that this is long, this is long, this is long. How we will remember it? How we will remember it? So surely your brain is going to lose these contents sooner or later. And that's why those who love this mathematics will retain it for a very longer time. And there is the difference. So my friends, my kids, I have said you just now a very important part of your life. What you need to do right now is that you need to find out all those things which you love, which you really want to do in your life, which you really want that yes, by doing this thing, I would not get bored for the whole of the day. It might be anything, yeah. It might be cooking, it might be singing, it might be playing some instruments, it might be playing PUBG also, isn't it? Many of one would you have been playing PUBG. So see, any one of the thing could be there. Now what I would suggest you that whatever you like, just do it. Do it for your own happiness. And thereafter, at one time when your mind says that yes, now I have done most of my interest kind of thing, now I want to move to the studies and see whether is it interesting or not. So when you will tell your brain like this, then that now come see, let's see that whether this study is also interesting or not, then your brain will come with a complete new forum. It will not come with a new pre-assumption that yeah, mathematics is a very bad thing. It will not come with that pre-assumption. It will come with a new thought that yes, let's check out whether mathematics is good or not, and that day you will find a change. That day you will find a change in your own perspective, and that day you will feel that yes, this mathematics also looks a bit good. It can be made more good, and from that day you will start loving mathematics. And that is important, because till the time, my friends, you won't love mathematics, till the time you won't love the journey, you can't reach at a destination which you want. So for reaching to that destination, getting a good marks in mathematics, it is important to love mathematics. And to love mathematics, you'll have to just think one thing, that any question which comes to you comes as a new surprise, comes as a thing to make you learn something new, which you would be able to tell to the world that yes, I know this much and this is new to me. Say for example, this question is there, this question is new, so this question must be new to many of your friends also. So you can just imagine this, that today we have learned this question and today we will discuss this question with our friends. We'll make them surprise also. We'll make them feel that yes, we have learned something new. And this can be the approach. By this, you can literally love mathematics. And this is what I have even followed through all of my life. Believe me, all of my life. Because once there was a time that I got fail in mathematics. I got so poor marks, out of 100 marks, I had got only 23 marks. And I got failed in examination. And because of this only. Because all the time I was just thinking about getting good marks. And I was not able to get it. The moment I stopped thinking about getting good marks, the moment I started thinking about loving mathematics, loving the way, loving the process, the moment I started uplifting in my life. And this is the most important thing, that you need to love what you are doing. Now, after all these things, what I have told you, now just do one thing. Close your eyes, just do a complete Control A and delete. Control A means select all and delete. Now, when you Control A and delete, only the things which I have said right now, the important things of loving mathematics, that would remain, and what I wanted to delete, that all these studies part. Now, what you do, I am moving on to next question. Okay, I am moving on to next question. This is a new question. Now, for solving this question, you just have the mindset which just now I have said, and try to get an experiment with this. Let's see that whether this question gives you that happiness or not, which I was talking about right now. Whether this question is going to give you something new insights, whether you are able to feel the same happiness which I am feeling. If it is like that, then surely you are good to go. Means surely you are about to change, and surely you are about to change for a good reason. So now, with the same mindset which I just now taught you, I would like that you all should try this question by pausing it, or now what I would tell, that you should all try this question by pausing it, or if you are not able to get it, I will tell you. But always remember, my friends, that your mindset should be only like this, that today we are going to learn something new, something different which we haven't learned till yet, and that's why it is really interesting. The moment you will keep on sending this message to your brain will respond in the very similar fashion, and it will say that yes, it is very interesting, and that's why we are going to learn this. And the moment brain will say it, it will retain it for a very longer time, and that by that time you will just keep on uplifting. So now I'll be solving this question for you all. See, here it is saying cot theta plus cos theta is equal to P, and cot theta minus cos theta is equal to Q. And now it is asking for a value of P square minus Q square. Now see, this question looks easy, or if it doesn't, then I'll make it easy for you. Now see, P square minus Q square. Sorry, I'll write it here. P square minus Q square. This implies it will be P minus Q into P plus Q. This implies you need P minus Q. So see, right here, P is equal to cos theta plus cot theta. Sorry, I wrote different. This is cot theta plus cos theta, and Q is cot theta minus cos theta. So I guess you all are knowing it very well, that when I will subtract this, when I will put minus here, so it will be minus and it will be plus. So this will become as P minus Q, and this will become as cot, and cot got cancelled, and plus will be 2 cos theta. This will become 2 cos theta into P plus Q. If I simply add this, then this plus and this minus will get cancelled, and here this time cos theta will get cancelled, and this will be 2 cot theta. If you have not understood it, I'll tell you that this is a very easy concept. You can just pause this and write it down on the copy, and then you can just try to subtract P minus Q like this, and then add P plus Q. You can just simply add, you will get these two results. 2 into 2 will be 4. This is cos theta into this is cot theta. Now this is cot theta, so this will become as cot theta. Now we have got here options as P into Q. See, we are getting 4, so there are two options for 4 and 4, but one is P into Q and one is root under P into Q. Now which option to go with? Now I will tell you that which option to go with. One thing is clear, that in all the options P and Q are multiplied. So what we should do, we should simply multiply P and Q. So I'll write it here. P into Q can be, see, if you will see, this is A plus B and this is A minus B. So if we multiply A plus B and A minus B, what do we get? We get A square minus B square. Means A in place of A would be cot square theta minus in place of B would be cos square theta. Do we have any formula for cot square theta minus cos square theta? I guess no. So what we will be doing, we will be solving this equation. So cot can be written as cos square theta divided by sin square theta minus cos square theta. What we will be doing, we will be taking the common cos square theta, and thereafter 1 upon sin square theta minus 1. We will be sending it to that LCM. It will be 1 minus sin square theta divided by sin square theta into cos square theta. Now see guys, do you know 1 minus sin square theta? What is this 1 minus sin square theta? Now first I'll tell cos square theta and sin square theta. Cos by sin. What is cos by sin? Cos by sin is simply cot theta. cot theta, and it is a square, and 1 minus sine square theta is simply cos square theta. So this becomes cot theta into cos theta. And would you mind if I put a whole square here? Means square for this cot also, and 1 minus sine square theta for cos square, putting this square together. So I have written here cot theta into cos theta ka whole square, isn't it? Now here also we had got the same thing, na? Cot theta into cos theta means if I put this, say for example, this is the result which I used to get, and this is the result for PQ. So I have got, if I remove this square, what I will be getting? I will be getting like this: root under PQ is equal to cot theta into cos theta. So value comes as 4 cot theta into cos theta, means 4 root under PQ. Now, so I guess we all have got the answer. It is 4 times root under PQ. Now friends, now just imagine that, have you understood this question in a better way? In the better way compared to the earlier ways which you used to understand for the mathematics, or by the way, with the way with which you used to understand mathematics till this time, whole of your life. Is it something different? Means, are you feeling some difference? If you are feeling some difference, that's a good to go. Means right now you have changed your perception of understanding mathematics. You have changed your perception how you will look upon the questions. And this is very important, because once you are yourself in a motivated and a positive mindset to understand all the things with a positive mindset, surely the results are going to be very positive for you. Because that is the rule, na? Means if I am positive, positive people will be surrounding me. If I will be positive, positive results will come to me. If I am negative, surely negative results are going to come to me. Surely negative people are going to be around me, isn't it? So now from today onwards, what you have to learn, that you have to learn how to learn. And that is the only important thing. You don't have to put your brain over that how you will be getting good marks. Only you have to put your brain that how we can learn something new. The moment you will be learning something new, the moment you will be putting your brain to learn something new, the moment you will be giving him that instruction, from that moment onwards, you will keep on enhancing your grades, you will keep on enhancing your marks. And that is the very biggest secret for getting good marks in any of the subjects. Now, moving on to next questions. Now, we are here with our next question. Come on, see guys. Can you see this question? And can you solve this question? See, here we have been written as sec theta is equal to x plus 1 by 4x. Prove sec theta plus tan theta is equal to 2x or 1 by 2x. Can we prove it? Now let's see that can we prove it or not. Now see, again guys, mindset should be same, that we are going to learn something new, and this is a really good question. This comes in examination and it has come multiple times also. Now see, sec theta plus tan theta, its value has to be proved 2x or 1 by 2x. We do not know the value. Let's say for example, I am assuming its value as k. So you all must be knowing that there is one formula, that if we assume sec theta plus tan theta as any value, then sec theta minus tan theta is reciprocal of that. Do you all know this? Do you all know this guys? So sec theta plus tan theta is equal to k, then sec theta minus tan theta will be equal to 1 by k. Now we can simply add this. From where did this formula came? You can simply derive this formula using the formula 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, and here you will get 1 is equal to sec square theta minus tan square theta, and here you can apply a square minus b square. So I am just leaving this formula till here only. Thereafter you can derive and you will get that sec theta plus tan theta and sec theta minus tan theta are reciprocal to each other. Now by simply adding it, this tan theta plus and minus would be cancelled, and here we will be getting 2 sec theta is equal to k plus 1 by k. Now see guys, here we have got 2 sec theta and here we have been given with sec theta. So if I write here the value which has been given here, sec theta is equal to x plus 1 by 4x, and if I multiply this whole equation by 2, then this will become as 2 sec theta is equal to 2x plus 2 into 1 by 4x, so 2 and 4 will be cancelled and it will become as 2x, 1 upon 2x. Did you get it? Now, if I assume this as first equation and assume this as second equation, I can simply write here, upon comparing what I will get. See, LHS is 2 sec theta and here it is also 2 sec theta. So both are same. So RHS should also be same. So this implies I will write k plus 1 by k should be equal to 2x plus 1 by 2x. This implies k can be 2x or k can be 1 by 2x, isn't it? See, if I write 2x, then here it will be 2x and it will be 1 by 2x, so it is same. If I write k equal to 1 by 2x, then here if k will be having the value of 1 by 2x, then reciprocal of 1 by 2x will be 2x, so this will be this. So by doing both of these, it can be very easily said that this k has a value of 2x or 1 by 2x. So now I get that you got this question very correctly in the very first time. Now see guys, this is the beauty of mathematics. See, this question looks very tough, and I am saying this question tough because since last so many years I have been teaching mathematics, and I know every time student gets stuck in this. Whenever a student sees this question in the very first time, he is not able or she is not able to solve it in the very first time. Apart from that, whenever he or she is even able to solve this, then he or she goes with a very long process. Here what we have done, we have simply used this concept very beautifully, sec theta plus tan theta and sec theta minus tan theta. Because of this, we have very beautifully used this concept. Using this concept, we have simply compared these two quantities and we have got that answer. Board is so big and I have written it in a very mega structure like this thing. That's why it is looking that we have taken a lot of steps, but in reality we have taken 1, 2, 3 and 4. In only 4 steps I have got the answer. Now see guys, this is the way with which you learn something very new, and if you will keep on telling yourself that yes, you are learning something new, if you will make yourself interesting, if you will tell your brain that this whole thing is very interesting, surely it will become very interesting for you. This is my today's funda. Now moving on to our next question. Just now I have said you sec theta minus tan theta is equal to, if I have supposed it k, then sec theta plus tan theta would be 1 by k. Just now in this previous question I have said you that if sec theta minus tan theta would be k, then sec theta plus tan theta would be 1 by k. Okay, so now say for example from here I can say this, that if I will be multiplying this, dividing this, see here I am writing it here, sec theta minus tan theta, it is k, divided by sec theta plus tan theta. Sec theta plus tan theta is 1 by k, is equal to 36 is 6 square divided by 49 is 7 square. So this implies I can write it k divided by 1 by k, denominator go to numerator. So it will become k square is equal to 6 upon 7 whole square. So this implies, this makes it as k is equal to 6 by 7. Now guys, see here we have supposed k. Now value of k is 6 by 7 and value of 1 by k. Reciprocal of this will make the reciprocal of this. So this will become as 7 by 6. Now what I want from you, I want the value of either I'll be getting the value of sec theta or tan theta. Now which value do I want will tell my question. See this question, it has been sent the find the value of cosec minus sec theta. So I will write cosec as 1 by sin theta, just pay attention, minus sec theta as 1 by cos theta, divided by cosec theta is 1 upon sin theta plus 1 upon cos theta. Now this cos will go here, this sin will go here, again cos here and sin here. So when by doing cross multiplication, this will be cos minus sin. So it will become as cos theta minus sin theta divided by sin theta into cos theta, whole divided by, this will become cos theta plus sin theta divided by sin theta into cos theta. Now see guys, here what we can do, we can simply cancel sin cos and sin cos, but I will not cancel sin and cos both. I will cancel only sin. Why I am cancelling only sin, I'll just tell you right now. See, if I cancel sin only, then what remains here? Here remains cos theta upon cos theta, that is 1, minus sin theta upon cos theta, that is tan. So this will be minus tan theta divided by cos theta upon cos theta, it will be 1 plus sin theta by cos theta, sin theta by cos theta will be tan theta. So what I got the equation which I had to get the value. I got this equation in the form of tan theta, and I can very well tell you that using this equation, first equation and second equation, we can very easily get the value of tan theta. What I will have to do, I will have to subtract first equation from second equation, second minus first. If I subtract second minus first, then this minus will become plus, and it will become 2 tan theta is equal to second minus first, 7 by 6 minus 6 by 7. When you will solve it, this will go here, this will go here. 7 sevens are 49 minus 36. It will make 13 upon 7 6 42. So the value of tan theta comes as 2 going to the denominator. It will be 13 divided by 84. And then we will put the value here. It will be 1 minus 13 upon 84 divided by 1 plus 13 upon 84. Now see, I guess now you can just calculate the value. See guys, what was about today's all lecture, means all the complete lecture of today's was concentrated on this fact that these tough questions, means see, such a tough questions these tough questions can also be solved very easily. And apart from that, when you will be understanding these kind of tough questions with a very positive mindset, with a mindset with which your brain is telling you time and again that yes, these are new things, I want to learn these things. So when your brain will be telling these positive thoughts to you, surely you will tend to learn these things for a very longer time. And this happens, this really happens, and most of the students around you, around me, they are following it every day. And this is the difference between a topper and a normal student. So I suggest you all that you should also, from today onwards, from now onwards, start following this method, that all the time your brain should give you only positive messages, that whatever you are learning is a fun thing and it is going to surely enhance your knowledge. Don't concentrate on the destination. Try to love the journey. This journey is really awesome, and this journey is really going to give you a lot many things. This journey is going to make your life very beautiful. So this was all from my side. Now I am Harsh Priyam signing off at this junction. See you in the next slide. Thank you.